Hey everyone, this is another Star Wars Lego MOC. This is my Mx-14 Landspeeder. So I'll talk a little bit about the inspiration behind this vehicle, a few details about the minifigure, and then the features of this ship. So I've been designing some Landspeeders for the canonical company called Mobquet Swoops and Speeders. This is the company that built the M68 Landspeeder, that dark blue one that the young Han Solo steals and rides off with Kira at the beginning of that movie. And you can kind of see the sides of this ship, or maybe similar to the M68, but I've been designing some Landspeeders with what I think is kind of the similar sleekness, similar vibes. And this looks a little different, obviously, with that big hollow chunk in the front of it. And really that was kind of those door frames that you see that border that hollow chunk. That was my inspiration in building this vehicle. I thought it'd just be cool to have some negative space in a Landspeeder. It's not something I've really built before, and I can't think of any examples of this, in universe vehicles. Maybe there are some, maybe they do exist, but not recalling them at the moment. But I figured this would kind of be an experimental vehicle, hence the X in the Mx-14. So this would, like car companies in real life have their prototype vehicles, their experimental vehicles. This Mx-14 is kind of an experimental vehicle for the Mobquet company. So happy with how it turned out. It's pretty sleek, and I like how the hollow space looks. It's kind of different, but it still has a very similar look to some of the other speeders I've been designing for the Mobquet company. So a little bit about the minifigure. We have actually seen him before piloting another of the Mobquet Swoops and Speeders experimental vehicles. So if you guys remember this vehicle, he was also the test pilot for this. This was the MX-6, I believe. And his arms had yellow to match with the color scheme of that Landspeeder, but I swapped the arms out for sand green so he could fit in here. So he is the test pilot, kind of helping do some R&D on this experimental Landspeeder by Mobquet Swoops and Speeders. Some of the features of this build, obviously the hollow space is what inspired the entire thing, but I figured there's kind of still some intake. There's kind of an intake here still in the front, and the path of the engine goes from the intakes through the sides and then out this single engine booster here. So this is the single engine booster right there. Pretty simple looking, but I like how kind of clean and sleek it ended up. There's a standard Landspeeder windscreen here with a couple of steering handles, yokes right there. I like how the seat turned out. I have it slanted a little back right there. So yeah, let's put our minifigure back in here. Again, this is my Mx-14. Super fun little design. Very, very swooshable, as all my Landspeeders are. Yeah, thanks for checking this one out.